Namaste, St. Marians. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine. Already we have completed our first chapter. I hope all of you have done the revision well. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. This is our chapter name. Are you ready to learn this chapter? Let us start. First, we have to learn the term floriculture. What is that term? Floriculture. What it is? The cultivation of flowering plants we can call as floriculture. What is a floriculture? The cultivation of flowering plants we can call as floriculture. Several hormonal and structural changes are initiated. Initiated means it will start in a plant, which leads to the differentiation and development of the floral primordium. So, due to the hormonal and structural changes only, what will develop? Floral primordium will develop in a plant. What is primordium? It is an organ or tissue in its earliest stage of development. What is primordium? It is an organ or tissue in its earliest stage of development. We can call it as primordium. So, in a plant, first inflorescence will develop. What is inflorescence? Arrangement of that flower in a plant. We can call it as inflorescence. Okay, first inflorescence will form. On this inflorescence, what will be there? Floral buds are there. Later, this floral buds will develop into flowers. Is it clear? Next, we can discuss LS of a flower. What is a flower? First, we have to learn what is a flower. Flower is a modified shoot and it is the reproductive structure of angiosperm plant. What is a flower? It is a modified shoot as well as it is the reproductive structure of angiosperm. Angiosperms means all flowering plants are known as angiosperms. Okay. A flower consists of the following parts. What are they? First part we can call as the petals. What is the first part? Petals. It is the colorful part of the flower which attract the insect for pollination. So what is a petal? It is the colored part of the flower which attract the insect for pollination. Next, a green color part of the flower we can call as sepals. What is the color of sepal? It is the green color parts of the flower which protect the flower bud or which protect the flower during its bud stage. Okay, that is the role of sepals. Next, there are two essential parts we can see in a flower. That parts, one is anthracium or male part and second part is the gynoecium. It is the female part. So this anthracium and gynoecium are the two essential part of the flower. First we can study about anthracium. Otherwise we can call it as the stamen. Okay. Anthracium consists of two parts. First part is the anther and second part is the filament. Oh, anther and filaments are the part of anthracium or stamen. Okay, it is the male part of the flower and second part we can call it as the gynoecium. It is the female part of the flower. It consists of stigma, style and ovary. Stigma, style and ovary are the part of gynoecium. It is the female part. And next, in a flower we can see nectariferous area. In a flower we can see nectariferous area. What it is? It is the nectar producing area. What is the role of this nectar? It attracts the insect and finally it leads to the pollination. So these are the some parts of the flower. In these parts there are two types, essential and non-essential part. Okay, essential part of the flower we can call as the androecium and gynoecium. Non-essential parts are petals and sepals. Next we can discuss about a typical stamen. What is stamen? It is the male part of the flower. Okay, a typical stamen consists of two parts. First part is the long and slender stalk-like part that we can call as the filament. What is the first part? The long and slender stalk-like structure we can call as the filament. And second part is the terminal bilobed structure that we can call as the anther. Second part is the terminal bilobed structure. This is the terminal bilobed structure called anther. Okay, this anther and filament are the parts of stamen. Okay, next one point, monothecus. Monothecus means the anther which having single lobe. Such anther we can call as the monothecus anther, or monothecus generally means having a single lobe. In the case of hibiscus, which type of anther we can see? Monothecus anther we can see. Dithecus anther means the anther which having two lobes. Example, brinjal. In brinjal anther is dithecus. It has two lobes. Okay. The proximal end of the filament is attached to the thalamus or the petal of the flower. Proximal end means the next end of the anther. Where it is attached? It is attached with the thalamus or the petal of the flower. What is the thalamus? It is the basal solemn region of the flower. Is it clear? This is the structure of a stamen. Okay. Next we can learn TS of young tetrasporangiate anther showing 4 microsporangia and vascular strand. Okay, now we can learn about the TS of young tetrasporangiate anther showing 4 microsporangia. From this, we have to learn detailed structure of one microsporangium. Okay, this is the one microsporangium. Its detailed structure we have to learn. We can learn. A microsporangium consists of the following parts. What are they? Epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, tapetum, microspore mother cell, stomium. All these are the parts of microsporangium. Each parts we can learn very clearly. Okay, one by one we can learn. First part is known as the epidermis. What is epidermis? The outermost layer of microsporangium we can call it as epidermis. What it is? The outermost layer of microsporangium we can call it as the epidermis. Next part is endothecium. What is the next layer? Endothecium. What it is? The fibrous layer lying beneath the epidermis of the wall of microsporangium we can call it as the endothecium. What is endothecium? It is the fibrous layer. It is lying just beneath to the epidermis. Where it is lying? Just beneath to the epidermis. What it is? It is a fibrous layer. Is it clear? Next one is middle layer. What is middle layer? Inner to endothecium there are 2 to 3 cells. Can we see that 2 to 3 cells present just inner to the endothecium we can call it as the middle layer. Okay, actually what is it? It is the 2 to 3 celled region present below the endothecium. Okay, that usually disintegrate during anther maturation. When anther mature, automatically what will disintegrate? This middle layer will disintegrate. Is it clear? Next one is tapetum. What is tapetum? It is a specialized layer of nutritive cells found within the anther of flowering plants. Actually, tapetum is the nutritive cells found where in the microsporangium. It is located between the sporogenous tissue and the anther wall. Where it is located? In between the sporogenous tissue and anther wall only what is located? This tapetum is located. Okay, it is important for the nutrition and development of pollen grain. What is the main role of tapetum? It helps in the development of pollen grains and also provide nutrition to it. These are the two roles of tapetum. Okay, what is tapetum? It is a specialized layer found in the microsporangium. Where it is located? In between the sporogenous tissue and anther wall. There only what is located? Tapetum is located. Okay, what is sporogenous tissue? It is a tissue that consists of a group of tissues which contains the diploid microspore mother cells. Actually, sporogenous tissue, it is a group of tissue and which containing diploid microspore mother cells. What is microspore mother cells? A diploid cell in plant that divide by meiosis to give rise to 4 haploid microspore. Actually, microspore mother cell only undergo meiosis cell division and it will develop into 4 haploid microspore. Okay. Next structure is microspore mother cells. What it is? A diploid cell in plant that divide by meiosis to give rise to 4 haploid microspore. Microspore mother cells are formed within the pollen sac. Within the pollen sac only it is formed. And It formed by which type of cell division? By mitotic cell division only. These microspore mother cells are forming inside the pollen sac. But microspore mother cells producing microspore by which type of cell division? By meiosis cell division. By meiosis cell division, it can produce 4 haploid microspore. Okay. Next, last part we can call as the stomium. What it is? The cells of endothecium in the shallow groove between 2 microsporangia remain thin-walled, and this thin-walled structure we can call as the stomium. Okay, what it is? The cells of endothecium in the shallow groove. This is the shallow groove between 2 microsporangia. These are the 2 microsporangia. In between these 2 microsporangia, we can see a thin-walled cells. Okay, that thin-walled region we can call as the stomium. Is it clear? So these are the parts of what? One microsporangium. Once again, a microsporangium consists of the following parts. What are they? First one is epidermis, second one is endothecium, third one is middle layers, fourth one is tapetum, and fifth one is microspore mother cells, and last one is stomium. All these are the parts of a microsporangium. Is it clear? What is epidermis? It is the outermost layer of that microsporangium. What is endothecium? It is the fibrous layer present below the epidermis. And what is middle layer? Below the endothecium there is a 2 to 3 celled region that is known as the middle layer. Automatically it disintegrate when anther mature. Okay. Then tapetum is the nutritive layer, and next microspore mother cells. It is the microspore producing cell. Okay. Then stomium, it is the thin-walled cells present in between the 2 microsporangium. I hope all of you understood this topic. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can put comments in comment box. Thank you.